praise y'all. What's good? What's good, everyone? Praise y'all. Welcome into Figure It Out Live. Here we are. Get this thing going right. Yeah, Figure It Out Live. It's a new concept I just came up with. Y'all let me know if I'm going a little too crazy with all these stream concepts, but I'm doing something, I guess, a little bit different. I guess I've done this sometimes too, where I'm going to just sit here with a new piece of gear and try to figure it out because I've never used it. And also, it's a synthesizer, which I'm no expert on. You know, if you've been in the stream, you know, often enough, you know, I always talk about how I'm more into like acoustic sounds and sample based music. So this is kind of different for me. But yeah, you can see from the thumbnail title, I got the Donner Essential L1. And I was in communication with Donner. They sent this out to me and they were down with me exploring it in a stream. I do owe them a video for this. So, you know, man, I'm just going to explore it and try to make some music with it today. What I want to do is just start pushing some sliders up, turning some knobs. Well, it's mostly sliders, and see how many sounds I can get out of it. And I'm just going to sample everything into the MPC. And then later, when I do put a video together, it'll be like probably like a songwriting session using these sounds. So hopefully I can come up with some sounds that are cool in this. If you have some synthesizer experience, be cool if you came in the chat, gave me some tips maybe, because all I'm gonna be doing is pushing some sliders. I know some basic terminology. We got LFOs here and filters and, you know, waveforms, the wave shapes. This does have a square, a sub square. I guess that's a saw and maybe a triangle. Then there's a noise filter, and then you could do external in. And these are all, they're all mixed together. You got a filter over here, envelope, tag decay, sustain release. So I know basic stuff that I use in a sampler, right? So that's what I'm doing today, just exploring that. But I did want to tell y'all about something that I just did, and I'm going to do a full dedicated stream for this video. I've been kind of low-key launching it in some YouTube shorts, and it's a new expansion pack that I created. It's actually the first expansion pack that I've created with the intent to sell. But I made this for myself because one of the other like stream concepts that I made is called something like Soul Sessions, where I was just going to explore attempting to and learning how to create my own samples for chopping up, right? So I made myself a project and I put it into an expansion. It's called Soul Session 1, and it's pretty much a template with key groups and a drum kit in it. And this was also inspired from the first stream that I did for Soul Sessions, where I made like a sample pack of a bunch of key groups that I sampled from the Roland Integra 7. And I made those pretty large, like 4 layers. And I ran into issues with that, right? Because you start running out of RAM pretty quick. So I wanted to make something small that was RAM friendly, and also coming off the idea of, you know, the new MPC Live 3 at the time that had like 4 times the power, 4 times the RAM, where you can really deal with a lot more key groups or plugins and all that. So this was inspired by that to kind of create like this mini rompler, little bread and butter sound. So it's 10 key groups, one drum kit. I'm really proud of the drum kit. The drum kit is now going to become the standard where I'm doing like cycle kits or cycled pads. So like 4 samples per pad on the kick, snare, hi-hat, and ride. And then everything else is just a single static sample. But for the most part, those are the best ones to, it's so far what I've come up with, the kick, snare, hi-hat, and the ride. That sounded best when they're on a cycle because, well, I don't know. It's just natural. So, yeah. And so there's 10 key groups in here. And this whole expansion, really, the project, I think, comes in at under 90 megabytes. So you're good as far as RAM goes. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and check that out. Also, you know, if you guys want to support the channel, in the description, we have linked to the MPC XL, MPC 3. So shout out to Zounds.
What am I doing?
Zounds pay-as-you-play is interest-free.
Did you hear that? Nope.
Zounds.com, pay as you play, 0 interest. Stay in rhythm, not in debt. And here we go. I want to just show you a little bit of the Donner Essential L1 post over on their website. And there is, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in a cart because they did give me a like discount code. So if I add this, add the cart, and I want to add the keyboard too. So the keyboard itself is a separate purchase, or you can buy them like as a unit. All right, so view cart. So I just want to input this. So together, okay, it already had added it. Okay, that's a shame because I had put it in earlier. I wanted to show you how much of a discount, but it does say, so the noise, it's NOIZE if you input it, and it gets you $26 off of the actual L1 synthesizer, and then $14.39 off of the keyboard. So keyboard's 150, 105.60, and then 194.48 instead of 220. So not too bad, right? All right, well, let's just get into it. But I do want to say what's up in the chat, guys. How you doing? DJ Rec, what's good? Beats by Alonzo, what's happening? Sim City, what's good? Thanks, guys, for dropping in. So, you guys have any experience with synthesizers? And if you do and got some tips, then let me know. I'm just going to go in and I hope this goes well. But, you know, that's why I'm exploring it in a stream so that I can, you know, get busy and still try to learn this thing. All right. So here we are. If you guys have any synthesizers, any of the 3 of you right there in the chat right now, let me know which ones you got. I'd like to hear about it. And, you know, I say yes to this because I'm kind of reluctant, just being that synthesizers are not my expertise, right? But I said yes because, for one, I thought it was an interesting looking unit. This was cool. I thought that was unique. It's a little magnetic keyboard. And then the fact that it's analog is cool. It is a monophonic synth. So my thought is, yo, I could probably, if I could design some cool sounds, I can auto sample them into the MPC and then turn them into a polyphonic instrument. But we'll see. I don't know how close I am to that. I got to just start messing around. So, but everything down, you get no sound, right? So that's also another cool thing, that there is no presets. And for some reason, that's appealing to me because I like the minimalistic approach to stuff. And just the idea of, I was thinking maybe I'd take pictures if I want to save presets, you know, take a picture of all the sliders and then try to recall it later, you know. So, but also just sampling them into the MPC is probably going to be the best way of keeping something. So I'm trying to subverse and then What we got? We got the drone section here. Release, decay. Yeah, no sound yet. Make sure everything's plugged up. That's the easiest way to like just kind of deal with the knobs is set it to drone. So you got these different settings or modes: envelope 2, gate, cycle. Is this even plugged up? It's not connecting for some reason. That's weird. Let me try to shut it off real quick. This should be lit up right here. There we go. It's probably just slightly off center. Okay. There was one sound that I thought was cool I made earlier. Let's see if I can bring that back up. There's something like this. This kind of sound kind of reminds me of just like some 70s sci-fi. Save one shot was good. Juno 6, Oberheim, a lot of Behringer ones, Poly D, Model 15, Pro 800, and some Yamaha motifs and so on. So yeah, man, it sounds like you got some experience. If you got some tips here on how to build some sounds, let me know, because I am really starting from zero, from nothing. So I'm just gonna sample in some like these one shots, and then at some point I'll try to make something I can sample into a key group. Let me just go ahead and sample that because I think that sounds interesting. What do you do with something like that? All right. Didn't have nothing here. So let's go. So square. See, I really am just. Lonza don't have many, so you mostly have samplers in your studio. right? I mean, he synthesized, but I'm eventually gonna ramp up. Waiting on the Caladan from Isla. I've heard of that, but I'm not sure what it is exactly. If you could tell me about it. Yeah, I think you're right. This is based on the Roland SH101, so it's pretty basic. Only one oscillator with saw and pulse waveforms. But yeah, this one adds. You got a sub. You have a square. I think that's a saw and a triangle and a noise and then external input. So this adds a little bit to that from the looks of it. For fat basses, it should work. Do you think I can make something? I know it's a monophonic synth, but do you think I can make something that I could auto sample and then make a decent polyphonic thing to play some chords with, or is that kind of outside the realm of possibility? What's up? Yeah, no doubt. That's what I was thinking. Sample it and play some chords. I'm just wondering if I can come up with anything really interesting, good sounding. So I'm not really expecting much, being that I am a real beginner when it comes to synthesis. Here we go. So the sub up, we do like a bass. Maybe you fatten it up with some. How would you go about? I don't know about fattening it up even more, just with the synth, because I was playing around with putting some EQ like on the input of the MPC. Kind of make an 808 sound here. Maybe add some. What is this? I don't even know what this is. It looks like an abbreviation for keyboard, KYBD. I would sample this like it. I might just do this like a single note, but layering it with another. I go like this. Noise oscillator. We'll just try this for now. Let me try another one with this. Yeah, the displays for the sequencer. Apparently, you can save sequence presets, but you can't do actual sound presets. I haven't actually even gone in here to look at what's in here. Songs. It's not a bad screen. Yeah, I tried the Mini Freak. I was hoping it was coming with some cool presets that I can like learn from and build, but I actually didn't like any of the presets. And I was gassing for that Mini Freak for a long time. Ended up getting the Mini Freak. I remember I was gassing for it like back when they didn't even have the mini version. They just had the micro one, and I thought it looked really cool. And a lot of people were saying it'd be a good beginner synth, but I just couldn't get excited for it, just based off the presets. You know, like if I don't like the presets, that in my mind that was it. Like if I don't like the presets, then what am I gonna be able to do with it as a beginner? I'm not gonna be able to make this thing sound better than what it sounds like if I don't. You know what I mean? So uh, I like it so far. I like the fact that it's hands on, right? So it doesn't seem super complicated for me to just explore it and push things up. And this is probably my second sitting with it. And the first one, I was able to make like a kick, and I did make like this. See, I'm not familiar with like synth preset names to like be like, oh, I made something that sound kind of like, unless it's like an 808. But I made a nice bass. Like sometimes I like this. I think it's like a square sounding type of bass where it's like rounded out, not too buzzy or nothing. So that's what I was trying to go for now. I think using a square, but I really don't know what I'm doing here. So I don't know why that does that. Yeah, I'm not really intelligently trying to figure out what any of this does. I'm just. Does it sound any different? I make a kick drum like using this. Put a little flavor on it quick. One thing I like to use a lot when sampling drums in is just going to Air Flavor Pro and then not vintage, lo-fi, and just putting the 3000. Get this to cut off. I'll turn the sustain down, huh? There we go. So I'm like, all right, hold on. So, might have got a kick out of that. Some sort of a kick. Yeah, that's cool. I think I could design pretty cool kicks, but like I don't know about snares. I don't know if I'm pretty picky when it comes to a snare, so designing like a synth snare, I'm not so sure about. But being that kicks, you can just do low end and take a lot of the high frequency off. Maybe just a little bit of mids and you're good. You don't need a lot of character to the kick, you just need low end. Just trying to gain this a little bit. It's pretty noisy though. I'll probably take some high end off of that if I replace this kick with it. If anything at all, like, you know, at least that'd be good to layer with something. So, all right. You guys got any suggestions for me? What to do next here? Yeah, so I'm just exploring it. If you're just jumping in and just trying to push some sliders to get some different sounds out of it. So doing the stuff that I'm kind of familiar with. I've done stuff like that with just a sampler, because you can synthesize drums and snare sounds, hi-hats pretty easily, even with just a little bit of noise. I remember I did this video where I was actually synthesizing using the envelope on an MPC 500 and just sampling the self noise, because the 500 was pretty noisy, and if you would turn up the input just a little bit and just hit record on it and then normalize that sample, just be the static, and then you could take that and then attack, decay, pitch it on a pad to get a kick drum, get it real low, and then, you know, cut off the decay and stuff and sustain on a, make a kick, and then for a snare, like I cut the attack a little bit so it's you say slower, faster, I don't know which one it is, and then, you know, cut something real small, no less attack and decay, and shorten the sample for a hi-hat, and you got kind of a little simple kick drum or drum kit right there, just synthesizing using, you know, attack, decay, sustain, release, and some noise. So I guess that's something I could probably try to do. I could maybe make a snare. I don't know if I like it, but I could try to make a snare with the noise. Let's see. Something like that, you know. It would make like a brush sound, like for my jazz kit type of thing. Go higher. Oh, the same pitch or what? Yeah, I guess because it's just a noise. Escape and Deception was good. Yeah, man, but that's my opinion, bro. As far as looking at the Mini Freak, bro. I don't know. People have different tastes, and if you're big into synth sounds, I'm just for one, like, you know, to add to my comment about I didn't like the presets. Like, I don't, I don't go for synth sounds a lot. Actually, don't really like them. I'm pretty picky. I'm I like very rare amounts of synthesizers. Maybe a cool little lead, you know, here and there, like a synth bass. But I'm pretty picky. I kind of like I've always been repelled by the 80 sound because of like the over synthesization of everything at that time. So, and that's why I'm just kind of starting now to get into the synth because I had an opportunity to get my hands on an analog synth and I thought that sounded cool to try it out. Because I mean, I'm still a nerd and I like sound, so kind of playing around with stuff is like being a kid. And you know, like when I was a kid, me and my brother just used to play around with like cassette recorders and stuff and make fake radio shows and all that. So that part of me enjoys it. But yeah, so if you love synthesized sound, you might like it, man. If you've watched previews of the synth and like the sound, then there you go. But yeah, so I'm just kind of picky with that. I prefer acoustic stuff. It's kind of a snare, huh? Joey Saturday, what's good? You were going to use this synth for bass lines and leads mostly and 303 acid bass sound. Okay, for sure. I'm hoping I can get a little something else out of it. OmniLab official, what's up, man? Guess I'm gonna sample that in as is. Add some gain on that. So then I got a bass, so almost there. A little whatever, like a little. What would you call something like this, and how would you use that, like as a, you know, I don't know. So I got a bass line there. What am I? Make a hi hat maybe. So I would probably still use the same, almost the same settings. Make it even shorter. And then maybe I'm over here on the MPC. with some EQ. And let's go. Okay. So then got a kick, snare, and hat. Got a bass. Got a little, I don't know, stab type of thing. Now, let's go for something melodic. Pull this all back down, I guess. And then, if I wanted to play, wanted to make something I could play chords with, if I auto sample it, what should I start with? Get the filter up. Maybe like a triangle or something. Pitch mode. Sub-range, field only source. Kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna have to get creative and throw something on the inserts. What to do? You think if I work with it enough, I'll get what I want out of it? Well, that's encouraging. Yeah, I mean, I feel a little bit stuck just being that I'm flipping things rather than, you know, trying to research what everything does or looking at the manual. Using effects helps. Most of the videos I watch, a lot of people are using effects, external effects, you know. Some of my, hold on a sec. Okay, we go. Sample delay. I've never seen this plugin. Is this part of the Pro package? Y'all seen sample delay? I haven't seen this plugin. Large, large. Kind of like this as a bass. Record that. I don't even have this set up so I can auto sample right now. I'll probably do that some other time. So where are all the synth tips? Come on, you synth nerds. But what y'all saying is this is mainly gonna get like bass lines and leads. But Use the filter and envelope. That's what I'm trying to do. I need to get a MIDI cable out so I can auto sample. I got this one. Hopefully it works. I got this one from that I used to use in my SP. Hopefully I got it in here. It's down here. Where is that? Should be in here. Because that's what I'm going to really find out. If I could play something polyphonically, and I got to auto sample it just to find out. I think, yeah. In the L1, it will not do it. What's the point of, like, I wonder what's the history behind, like, making monophonic synthesizers versus polyphonic ones? Were they all like monophonic before they became, you know, before polyphonic ones came out? You know, was that a limitation of the technology at the time, or is it just like a choice, like a chosen limitation? Because why not just make a synth that has both polyphonies, that's both polyphonic and monophonic? I go MIDI in. What happened there? MIDI in. So at least you got that. Like when you turn the synth off and you turn it back on, you still have the last sound you're working on. Let's see if we got this. Nah. MIDI out to the MIDI in. I gotta set a MIDI channel. Maybe that's on here. Input channels on channel 7. Look at that. Okay, maybe why. Oh, it's still not doing nothing. Change to Omni. Maybe this cable's just not gonna work. Wrong. It could be the wrong cable. You know, being with all these what's it called? These TRS MIDI cables. There's so many different types. I might have another one. I don't know. I wonder if USB will work. Let's try USB. See, I didn't even check the specs, but maybe USB will work. I don't know. Yeah, USB should work. I definitely think USB should work. This doesn't look long enough though. It was just a limitation of the time back then. I believe Moog discovered synths by mistake, if my history is correct. By mistake, huh? How'd that go? What were they doing? What were they building? What was Moog building before they mistakenly discovered synths? All right, let's see. USB to MPC. Kind of makes a squealing sound there. Donner. Well, I got the Donner controlling the MPC, which is not really what I want, huh? Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't think it really. I'll sample one sample and then put it into a key group and see how that sounds. That'd be the quick way of going about it. Then I could figure out all the MIDI stuff if I want to. What's the point of auto sampling a synth sound, anyways? Would that really make much of a difference since it is a synth sound? Is that even necessary? If you were to sample a synth that you wanted to play into a keyboard, would you even bother with multi-samples? Or would you just get a nice sample and then like try to focus on like looping it right? I think that would probably be key because I've sampled some synth sounds, not necessarily from a synth itself, but like have put synth sounds in my MPC, I remember in the past. And it doesn't really degrade it when you pitch it too much, does it? From what I remember, it doesn't, so. So I'm gonna sample this just to see what it'll sound like polyphonically. Okay, here we go. I like the sound of it. Playing that as a chord. I just looked it up and it says Moog was trying to create synths in the 60s, so it wasn't a mistake. Oh, okay. Who's the creator that taught you the keyboard skills? Me? Oh. I wouldn't say I have any keyboard skills. I've just been playing with keyboards since, I started making beats. So I can't think of anyone particular. I think how I learned was just playing because I would always sample something and then try to play something over it, and then would just be process of elimination. I would press every key and see which ones fit, and then I would just kind of do scale stuff, and that's it. And I know a little bit of theory, so I learned how to put a chord together, and that's it. And then learn a little bit about the number theory, but I don't play anything but key of C, really. There may be C sharp major, that's it. That's kind of cool. Ah, shoot. What's up, baby? What are you doing? Trying to get in the screen? Trying to watch out for that drink. All right, just playing around. See if I could actually be musical with some of these sounds. I'm gonna just try to do some more exploring, sound exploring with the DONNER L1. And then before I'm done, like give everything a name, put it in a folder, and then come at it on a different day and see if I can write something with these. Do you need something? You need something?
Yeah.
What is it?
What is...
What's that? Hold on, everyone. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to build a couple more sounds. Then name everything, give it a good name, save it in a folder, and come back. I probably have like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different sounds right now. And I could do some more processing on this later. Like this, I added like without has a what's it called, Reverb Pro on it. Oh, I guess. I'll get back to that. Okay. Unit 100. What's up, man? This world needs a hero. What's good, man? Hero, how you doing? You got some synths, guys? What synths you working with, if you do? And if you got any tips, give me some tips. Sounds like a phone, old school. No, I'm gonna sound like a phone. I don't think phones sound like that anymore, but. Yeah, doing pretty good, man. Just trying to figure this out. I mean, I halfway feel kind of stuck trying to do this, but that's what I'm doing here, trying to figure it out live and just play around with these sliders here and try to come up with some sounds. How you doing though? this one in here. Yeah, so okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna sampling it into the MPC. I'm gonna miss out on the. That is what's cool, kind of about this whole analog thing. Is this isn't the same exact tone every time. So if I sample something in the MPC, I'm gonna just have a playback of the sample with this. Appreciate it, Hero. Let's see. LFOs are like an automation of your you tuning knobs without the use of your hands. Interesting way of looking at it. Okay. John Makes Beats. I've definitely seen some John Makes Beats videos. For sure. Is there anything particular that crosses your mind? The reason why you bring John Makes Beats up? He does. I think maybe because he does some synth stuff too. Like I think he has two very different styles of sound. Like when he makes like his older stuff that I used to see when he was doing it on the Octatrack, it looked like he was doing more sample stuff, but I could be wrong. And now the stuff that I hear sounds more like kind of funky, like West Coast. Is he from the West Coast? It sounds like kind of like funky. Reminds me of like some maybe Dr. Dre kind of inspired. So yeah. All right. I think for now I'm gonna just name and stuff. You guys want to chat a little bit while I name some stuff? OSR, what's good, man? Thanks for dropping in. I'm just, kind of fumbling around, trying to make some sounds on this thing. And now I'm gonna go and name these samples so I can save them up. L1, like sci-fi is what I'll call this. Gotta put them on a pad. Okay. Calls from Buzz Bass, I guess. Kick. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, now I'm just in work mode, so. Okay. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate it, man. You too. I remind you of John Makes Beats. Really? What way? Start saving this stuff. Key group. Making a folder. Got a couple key groups with one shots so far. Save that up. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Got my kick drum. Snare drum. Okay, I gotta flatten this one too. Okay. I think I saved that. We can sample that, right? Shit. That was on. This one too. I'm gonna call this brass. I don't know. Sounds like brass a little bit. I think I got another one in there somewhere. I want to use that. Oh, that's my bass. And then came this up a bit. I mean, this kind of just sounds like a bass, but not as fat. Oh, my beats are similar to John's. Yeah, I don't know. Like when I make some, it is a different sound when I try to like sample something versus try to make something from scratch. That might be it. I don't know where John's from. Maybe he's from the West Coast. But yeah, I'm from the West Coast, and I did like when I first started making beats. I grew up listening to Dr. Dre, Eminem, and that West Coast kind of, you know, kind of funk style stuff. So naturally, I think that's what happens. And those are like when it comes to the when it comes to like synth sounds, those are the sounds that I am attracted to. Like, like I like Tupac Can't See Me, the sound of that, where it's, I think that's like some sort of a, maybe it's a saw bass or something that's on there that drives that. But it's, you know, that kind of sound. Y'all know what it is when it comes to like West Coast. It'd be something like that, really. Yeah. All right, so let me see how many sounds I got out of that. I'll go through them real quick. Yeah, and this is what I was thinking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick because I might want to pull this up. I'm thinking if I make a song, I'll do like everything in the MPC with most of the samples, mostly everything being a sample. But then if I want to play the lead, probably record that into an audio track. So I can keep some of that, you know, some of the, what do you call that again? The glide. I think you can program some of this now with key groups, but I'm going to try to recall this maybe later. Since it was a thought that I had on a way to save presets, is to go ahead and take a photo. I don't know how well this will do. It's kind of in the dark here. What up, Valley Star? What's good? How's the synth there? It's cool. I think it was, weren't you saying that was a bad choice for me? And I was kind of hesitant because, you know what I mean, like this is kind of like territory that I'm not used to. But that's cool. I mean, it's an experiment. You can't always be doing the same thing, you know. You got to try some other stuff and see where that leads you. You can learn some things from trying different stuff out. Oh, I skipped you, Hero. Oh, you were asking OSR, how's the sample check workflow going? I'm slow on the sample check compared to the Live 3. Yeah. What the sample check has going for it is, for one, portability, you know, but I do like the way it streams. Like, you can create your own drum kits and just, like, easily scroll through them. So if you build all your kits with the same layout, that's a cool thing. And then also with the same with, like, the instruments. Of course, it's limited to, like, one sample, but you can easily scroll through them and like, you know what I mean, like have a drum pattern going and just pick the right kit that goes with it. I like how that works. It ends up being useful to have all your kits easily accessible without having to load them. Yeah, you sold yours though for the 37, so that was a little piece of the 37. I do not. I don't have any pedals. No, I have really very little outboard stuff. I don't have any at all, actually. I think of it. I did at one point had like a channel strip, and I do hope to get one day, something like high end, like the SSL Revival 4000 channel strip, and put that on my vocals. That's what I'm most concerned with. After I, kind of get down songwriting and vocal recording, then I might consider outboard gear for like the whole mixing process. But I like the easy, quick workflow for the limited time that I have, and what I get out of just using an MPC keeps me more productive than really thinking about having all these different things connected and having to be in this space. Because if I had all that stuff and had that standard of what something needs to sound like, then I would probably be really locked in, just sitting down here to like finish things. But just relying on just the MPC and that being what it is that I do, I could take it to work and finish writing something up and just come in and just record straight to here and be satisfied with that. So that's what my biggest goal is, just improving my own abilities to write and perform the vocal recordings and get a decent mix. Because I think you can do this really nice in here. And not that what I've done is great, but I think it's slowly improving, and you definitely can get great results. And it's more about your abilities and with your knowledge of like mixing stuff. So but that's me. That's my limited knowledge too. I'm sure people could argue with it, and I wouldn't argue with them. I'm sure like you could benefit from other outboard gear, but it's more like ignorance is bliss. I'd rather not know what I'm missing completely when it comes to trying to do things with a bunch of external gear. And anyways, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of imitating, because I did see a lot of those, a lot of people demoing this synth. They would have pedals, so I actually I ran it through and put some inserts on the input of the MPC, and that way I could add a little sound to it. Like I had the Air double tape double track that was a free plugin they gave away, and Air Flavor Pro, and then reverb on it, and that's what I was running through to get some of these sounds like this. Ali Star, I decided I'm going to start some helpful vids. So before I jump on the XL, I'm going to cover some of this EP40 rhythm because it's amazing. It's an amazing performance machine. That's what's up, man. So you're gonna start making some tutorials? That'd be really nice. I haven't been looking for them, but I was gonna say I haven't seen any like rhythm tutorials. But yeah, again, I haven't been looking for them, so they're probably just not showing up in my feed. I think that's why I got put off the synths without effects and filtering. It's nasty sound to me. Yeah, really? So do most synths not come with built-in effects? Is that what's going on? So, but yeah, man. Did you set the XL up yet, Ali Star? Man, I already been going a couple hours, and I got like maybe 7 sounds out of that. yeah, I'll probably wrap up the stream here in a second. It didn't go as great as I would hope, but it didn't go as bad as I expected. Trying to come up with these sounds, so yeah, I'm fairly happy. So yeah, unless you guys got something else you want to chat about, I'm curious how that XL's feeling, Alley Star. I think I wanted to watch it. McCree he was reacting to the little Casio stream. He had a wild title. It was like, let's see if I can find it.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello. I'm still on the stream. I'm about to get off of it. Hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not set up yet. Some do, but they are basic as far as effects go. Not set up yet, but I would like. What are they saying? Not set up yet, but I will like. Like if I was to play my music live, I'd get it all on the rhythm and make it easy. Like most folk I know perform their beats on a 404 after they made them. Oh, okay. So you're using it like that? All right, let me finish the stream up and I'll let you come sit down and play with it since you just ran off. Nobody's taking MPCs to gigs, really? Really? Have you been to a bunch of those? I haven't really been to any gigs where people are performing on beat machines. But so you're saying like that's something that you would do if you were gonna go perform your beats, but do you actually do you use the rhythm to make beats on it? Virtuoso for sure. No, she's pretty cool. She came up with a song idea. I had posted that short about not going to McDonald's. Yeah, but I was looking for this video because I seen a notification pop up. Adam McCree did a reaction video too. I'll probably watch that when I get off of here. His title is "The New Casio Sampler Changes Everything." He's got those captivating titles. I mean, I was looking at the Casio, like it excited me when I first saw it because I was like, yeah, sampler. You know, like last year, I don't think there was. Well, there was last year at the NAMM convention. There was the bento that was announced. I think a little beforehand, and then hold on a second, folks. So yeah, when I first saw this Casio, I got excited because I was like, yay, sampler. Because it's been a while, I guess. I don't know if it's been a while. Two NAMMs ago was when I was like or maybe it was last year. I was expecting Akai to drop a sampler, and I thought that's when the X or a Force keyboard would be announced, but they didn't do that. And yeah, all there was the bento. So last NAMM wasn't too exciting. This one wasn't too exciting for me as far as what came out. I mean, the XL came out, so that's cool. I think the XL looks cool. Just not gonna get it. I wish I could, but that's not happening. So when I saw the Casio, I was like, oh, that's cool. But also because that's what I've been hoping from out of Akai is like a more portable MPC. And this looked cool because they did the 4x4 pad, which is interesting because a lot of these other companies that come up with these samplers are not, you know, really imitating that. They're doing their own kind of, as far as like the smaller ones, because the Bento's got the 2x8, or like the Sonicware ones got like they just got 8 pads, or what was the sample check? It was kind of like was it like a keyboard? Somewhat. Yeah, they're the same kind of layout anyways. So yeah, I was excited to see it. But now when I look at it, like I'm not so sure. They didn't really display much. I know it was like it's a prototype, right? So it'll be cool, I guess, when they show some more of the actual, not just more, show some actual features. They didn't really show anything. Maybe it'll be interesting. But it doesn't look too appealing, honestly, the way it's built. But could be cool. I mean, it's the size of about the size of a cell phone. So. But yeah, I'm about to jump off of here. Yeah, all right. Y'all are quiet, so I'm just gonna jump off. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate the likes and the chat. So until the next one. Peace, everyone.